Hey there, true crime friends. It's lunchtime again. I know this is your favorite part of the day, right? It's my favorite part of the day too. I love lunchtime, mostly because I love food. Oh, today I'm wearing Reese's peanut butter cups. I need to get a Reese's Pieces to go with my Reese's peanut butter cup shirt. But anyway, I have a whole collection of vintage food shirts. Okay, so look. Normally we gather here today. We gather here today to celebrate the life of, okay, whatever. Normally, we gather here every day at lunchtime and we talk true crime. Because don't we need to talk true crime with a little tee-hee thrown in there? We need a little comedy in our lives. Absolutely, yes, we do. But look, sometimes when I'm talking true crime, child, I go off on a tangent. And repeat visitors to this channel, I love a tangent. Oh, I love a tangent. All the way off in left field, that is where I call home. But sometimes the story has nothing to do with true crime, but I want to tell the story anyway. And so we call those apropos of nothing, because this is just like a thought came into my head today. And I was like, I have to share this with my true crime friends in the Apropos of Nothing series. Some of you were here when this series were born. So look, I got an apropos of nothing that happened this week live, a tidbit from my very real life. But first, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to play bingo. There's tons of bingo cards over on the bingo playlist. So look in the description of this video or over on the bingo playlist. And those descriptions, tons and tons of bingo cards. Bingo cards as far as the eye can see. So listen. The other day, my husband worked from home, right? And normally I work from home. I work from home like sort of whenever I want to work from home. My husband usually does not work from home, but he was going to go to a funeral. So he was like, okay, I could do a little work in the morning and then go to the funeral and do whatever and then come back. So I was like, okay, cool. So I come home. I was exhausted. I come home dog tired, right? Now we have 4 kids all together and 4 grandkids, but we have 3 kids living at home. We have 2 dogs. There's always a lot going on in this house. My kids' friends are in and out of the house all the time. It's a madhouse around here. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. So my husband says to me, oh, your friend stopped by. My friend? Who stopped by? All my friends are working. And he was like, no, your friend stopped by. She out here rolling around. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, that cat. First of all, I guess you could call this cat my friend. This is not my cat. I am allergic to cats. If I could have a cat, I would have 10 because I'm that kind of pet lady. We are animal people in this house, but I'm allergic to cats and all of my children are allergic to cats, so we can't have cats. We have hypoallergenic dogs. But there's this cat in my neighborhood that I was like, hey, here, kitty. And so one time, and then I was like, I should feed the cat something because the cat looked hungry, right? And so I got like a can of tuna, like the albacore white tuna, and I fed it to the cat. And my husband was like, I know you did not feed that cat, my good tuna. That's the albacore white. That's not even like the chunk light. That's the albacore. And I was like, calm down. And then I went to look and we ain't have no more tuna. I had fed the cat the last can of tuna. So I was like, my husband's going to be real upset if I keep feeding this cat his tuna, even though it's not my cat. I don't even know whose cat it is. This is not like a stray animal kind of area because normally people will fist fight you over their animals, especially their dogs, but apparently not so much cats. So anyway, this cat has been strolling by and it's real pretty. And so I thought cats were like mean and they would scratch your eyes out and stuff because I don't be around cats like that because I'm allergic and my kids are allergic. So I just bought some like little tins of cat food in case the cat happened to be hungry. So one or 2 times I see the cat and I just like open the little thing and I put it down and I feed the cat. So my husband says, your friend came by. And I told her you wasn't home. And I was like, wait, what now? He said, oh, yeah, I heard all this noise. And I was like, you heard all this noise? He's like, yeah, she was meowing and stuff. Okay. Okay. So then what happened? He said, I walked out there and I saw she's laying on her back and she's all stretched and she's rolling around. And I was like, okay, so why didn't you just give her the cat food that was in there? He's like, no, that's the thing that's between you and her. That has nothing to do with me. That's y'all's relationship. Baby, we are talking about a cat. Are we still talking about a cat? We're not talking about like a homeless orphan or whatever who comes by. We're talking about a cat. He said, so I just told her. He talked to the cat. Now, I'm not sure if he's crazy or if I'm crazy. I said, well, what did you tell the cat? He said, I told her, well, listen, you looking for my wife and she's not home right now. She going to be home around 5:30, so you're going to have to come back. And I said, what did the cat say? He said, well, the cat got up and walked away. I think she understood me. Is this man crazy? Is he out of his mind? I said, wait. You just opened your mouth and said those words to the cat. He said, yeah, she'll be back. And I was like, did she tell you she would be back? He said, well, I told her what time you get home. So I figured she would be back. And I was like, he is plumb out of his mind. And so it was our wedding anniversary, so we were going to go out to dinner. And I opened the door, and what do you know? There's the cat right there, rolling all around on her back. You know, I had to look it up. What does it mean when a cat rolls on their back? The cat is like, hey, I'm going to be your friend. I'm going to manipulate you. Please, do you have food? I think I need some food because I'm starving to death. So I was like, oh, hang on. So I went in the cabinet, and I got the little thing of cat food, and I popped it open, and I left it there for the cat to eat. And he's like, I don't understand why you feeding this stray cat. I said, I don't understand why you didn't feed the stray cat when she came by earlier. It's not like the food was being hidden for the dogs. My dogs are not going to eat cat food, although they probably would because they eat anything. But I was like, why didn't you just feed the cat? He was like, because that's y'all relationship. It has nothing to do with me. Okay. I said, well, I hope she's fixed because she doesn't have a collar, nothing. She's a real pretty cat. But I made a pom-pom that kind of looks like her. These are pom-poms that I put together and they kind of look like the cat, right? It's like sort of like a little mixture of everything. So anyway, I have ears over here that I'm going to glue on, but I have to heat up my hot glue gun. I'm going to give her some little ears. Okay, so anyway. So I was like, I hope that cat is fixed because I don't want it out here like making other kittens or whatever. He was like, that cat's probably like Missy. His father. Y'all remember me telling you this story? I think I told you this story. My father-in-law had this cat named Missy when my husband was little. And he was like, every time we looked up, Missy was having another litter of kittens. And I was like, why didn't your dad just get her fixed? He was like, what'd you want my father to do? That cat was just a hoe. A cat cannot be a hoe. A cat can only be a cat. He was like, I'm telling you right now, every time we looked up, here come Missy with another litter of kittens. Missy was a hoe. He has slandered the name of a feline in the Bronx who's probably long since dead because his father-in-law had that cat when me and him first got together 22 years ago or whatever. That cat's probably long dead, probably so are her kittens. But I was like, why didn't your father just take the cat it's your father's cat? He was like, well, he found her at work, so it wasn't his cat. Wait, your father found the cat at work, brought the cat home, had the cat living in his house, and the cat kept getting pregnant, and you blaming the cat? I'm blaming the humans. Your father is irresponsible. He was like, what my father's supposed to do with a hoe? If a cat is a hoe, you can't stop a cat from being a hoe. I was like, yeah, but you can stop her from getting pregnant. He was like, why are you blaming my father? This ain't my father's fault. This whole family is crazy. How did I marry into this family? What in the world is going on? Speaking of which, I need to call my father-in-law. I haven't spoken to him in forever. Also, I want to find out whatever happened to Missy. And find out, did my husband decide that Missy was a garden tool, or did my father-in-law, or did they as a family? When I asked my sister-in-law about it, she was like, oh, yeah. Daddy had Missy. Missy was real cute, but she was kind of a hoe. The whole family is slandering the name of this poor cat instead of taking personal responsibility, spaying and neutering your pets the way Betty White told us we should. On the opposite end of that is my mother, who hates cats but loves dogs, but only small ones, but not too small. She only likes medium-sized dogs. She feeds the birds. Listen, I was like, those birds have wings. Those birds can go out here in these streets and fend for themselves. You are making those birds codependent. I think you are enabling the birds. I think what is it? Al-Anon? Al-Anon helps you not be like too dependent on other people. Them birds all gonna be in an Al-Anon meeting. Like, I said, well, what happens if you run out of seed or you get tired? She's like, some of the other bird feeders. I was like, all of y'all are enabling the birds. You make the birds stronger if the birds have to fend for themselves. You need to have these birds out here hunting and killing things. Now, truly, the same could be said for cats, but cats are cute and I like them. And birds, birds are all right, but birds are really not my thing. All I'm saying is we should help wildlife. We should be kind to nature. We should be kind to one another. I should probably think less about cats and birds, or maybe think more about them. I don't know. One last thing on the animal front, right? I live in the suburbs, but I work in New York City, right? And I know a ton of people from New York City. I lived in New York City for years and years and years before I had kids. My husband's from the Bronx, from South Bronx. So a lot of the people that I work with, here's the thing about New York and New Jersey. They're this far apart. Literally, my house, 6 miles from New York City. I could walk to New York City from my house. I won't, but I could, right? But people who live in New Jersey, some of them never go to New York. Never, never, never. People who live in New York never, never, never come to New Jersey. It's this weird thing where it's like, you would think there's a lake of fire between the two states. There's not. People just stay where they are. In this area, like some people go back and forth, but people are very, very territorial, right? So a guy in my office said, I said something out there being bunnies in my yard. And he was like, oh, somebody's pet rabbit got free. I was like, no, wild rabbits. And he was like, there's no such thing. What? He was like, no. I mean, there's pet rabbits like at the pet store, but there's no such thing as wild rabbits. I was like, of course they're wild rabbits. They're all over my neighborhood. He was like, no. Probably somebody's pet bunny got free, and that's what you're seeing. Sir, there's a zillion, I see them all day, every day. They're not like white rabbits. He's like, yeah, pet rabbits can come in all different varieties. I don't think what you're seeing is wild bunnies because there's no such thing. You know what I said? Okay, I'll leave his ignorant behind. What in the world? What? Okay. I just needed to drop that in there. Again, an apropos of nothing in the middle of my apropos of nothing. How does he think rabbits come to me? He thinks that all of the... Okay. There are all different kind of people going on in this world. I'm sure there are tons of things that I know nothing about and would be surprised to discover and possibly delighted. But you know what I know? There's a such thing as wild rabbits. There are also such thing as feral cats and feral coworkers possibly. But a cat can never be a hoe. Okay, you have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your lunch, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.